Welcome to Mech Havoc, the destructive demo. I've been playing the heck out of this. Look at I have just so much currency. Like, I've literally just been like testing a bunch of builds on the final map. Such a fun game. With so many different like builds you can do, really. I kind of just want to go through and play through as like each of the 3 main mechs. I think that's kind of what I want to do. Just go through the campaign one more time here. Shouldn't take too long. So like what I'm talking about, the 3 main mechs is you have like the energy focused one, you have the ballistic focused one, but he can do an energy weapon and a missile weapon, or 2 missile weapons as well. So it's kind of good, but his main guns are ballistic. And then we kind of have the missile mech, but he's honestly probably the strongest mech because he can also run at least up to small. Which is all you have access to in the demo, so it's like the small is the biggest weapon you can use. There's no medium weapons or large or titans yet. It's just all portable and smalls. So I'm assuming the mechs are gonna get crazy, the vehicles are gonna get crazy. There's tanks, hover tanks, cars, trucks. These are all very fast. Out of all of these, I probably like maybe the tank is pretty fun to play. Like, it's reasonably fast, especially compared to the mechs. The mechs are very slow. I don't know why it says they're slow. They're very slow. They're extremely slow. You barely can evade any fire on them. They're just, you kill everything because you have a lot of firepower. Or you just die. Yeah. And honestly, the combat truck is actually pretty strong because he can actually mount small weapons. So you can, I have kind of had this RCL and then just this for defense. It's kind of a fun build. Anyways, we're gonna go in. Let's just start with, I don't know. I like all 3 of these builds, honestly. This probably is my favorite though, because he can run AC-20s on his arms and then just run missiles, which is pretty fun. Probably the stronger. Wow. No, this one can get eventually mediums as well on the main weapons. Same with this one. They're both pretty strong. They're all pretty strong, depending on what you like. In my opinion, I feel like the physical weapons are definitely the strongest. And then the missile ones are kind of, they're good, don't get me wrong. The missile weapons are good, but they're kind of a very spammy playstyle, whereas these really reward accuracy in my opinion. And these, I don't know. Not my favorite. We'll start on this one though. We'll do 3 missions with this one, and then 3 with a couple other ones. Alright, so our primary weapons are these double plasma grenades, which are honestly pretty dang strong. And then we have, for defense, are just spraying machine guns. I do feel like this mech might be the fastest. It's also the smallest target as well. You almost have to play zoomed out because enemies can outrange you. So this is how this guy kind of plays. I missed. I mean, this is the first map. You're not supposed to be this strong right away. I do wish you could like put like stagger fire, because like almost too much work to try to do it on your own. We can. Oh, we're getting flanked. Boom. I mean, the plasma grenadier weapon might be the strongest weapon in the game, maybe? For like single hit damage. Like, it just one-shots pretty efficiently. I mean, the recoilless is pretty good too, but these at least have a little bit of like, they also apply like a dot, I think. So they don't die from the initial hit, they get more damage by the dot. But yeah, we're just killing. We also have call-ins. So I have the precision motor, which you start with, and then the motivator, which you do have to unlock because it's pretty strong. So just call it precision on that. So we fight our way in here. Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Oops. Then we can call our turrets as well. The enemies really don't like turrets. They try to focus them down quite a lot. Oh, looks like they killed one of our turrets up there. Oh, missed. Oh god, this guy actually is pretty... counters the... Oh no, that guy counters turrets pretty well because he can block their shots, and the turrets aren't smart enough to try to aim good. Alright, we cleared this map. Screw this guy in particular with the precision motor. And then we'll just leave a big old barrage of howitzers over there. Very strong, but it has a very long cooldown. Whereas the precision motor is like up really quickly. Which is quite nice. Alright. That's a mission complete. We didn't kill very many things, but it's alright. On to the next one. So yeah, if we look at the tech tree real quick. Doesn't take too long to unlock everything. The last map gives you just insane amounts of resources. Mainly these two you need for the other stuff. There's also a third one, which I'm assuming is going to be later on. But yeah, I can see this one costs a lot of red mercury. Does a lot of damage. Next strongest single target probably is this thing, I would say. 150. And then maybe the missiles as well. The missiles do a lot, but you have to hit them. I mean, the guided ones are pretty easy to hit, but the missile has kind of a decent spread, especially if you spam, but it's pretty fun. A lot of different weapons. There's a couple other plasma ones. They're not very good in my opinion. There's this gun. There's just two of these guns strapped together, which is funny. Same with like the HMG, like they just strap them together. The beam, in my opinion, is kind of bad. It's good for like little units, but for big units, it's not very good, and it's like it's a small. Like I'd rather use this over the beam, or you know this. Burst damage is pretty important. Just one-shotting, just getting it off the field is pretty important. So let's head on in again on this guy. Let's maybe change up our build a little. Let's go like double Gauss, and then we'll go the L8s. Try that. It's very similar what we just did, but we just have these as their single fire weapon, and then these are going to be our spam weapon. And then maybe on the third map we'll try out like the beam and I don't know, maybe the focus. Those don't really go that good together, but we'll get there when we get there. Just kind of show off some of the stuff on these. But these are like the L16 on crack. They shoot ridiculously fast and they reload really quickly as well, which are pretty fun to use. So I read on like the Steam forum a little bit. The dev was kind of talking how like the weapons don't have that much use. Like the lasers are going to be like better against shields, which aren't currently in the game. Kinetic is kind of like all around, and then explosive again, it's like armor, I think, or destroying hard points. There's certain mechs like the shield guys, you can destroy their hard points, like if you shoot it enough. Other weapons can too. Let's see if we can kill it. Yeah, so we blew up his shield, and now he's done. There's other mechs you can also destroy their guns, not these ones though. And then like plasma is also good against like heavy armor. Definitely feels that way. Like those plasma grenadiers are pretty good against the end boss in my opinion. So not like there's no use, but it definitely doesn't tell you how things are used. I had to read that to figure it out. Also, enemies do have weak points as well. That's something you don't notice right away, but they do. So accuracy is actually kind of important to me. Important to your aiming, you know. This game reminds me a lot of Brigadors. That was a fantastic game. Okay, let's call just a big ol' artillery strike. This stuff here. You can kill yourself with your artillery strike, so you don't really want to go in there. As soon as that's done, we'll call in our turrets. Right there. They come in like Helldiver style. Let's blow these up. So this is not an enemy to them. Pretty short map so far, but who knows if these are gonna be the maps that are gonna be in the actual release, or are they just, you know, just quick demo maps to show the game off. The last map definitely feels that way. It's literally called demo, even though it means like demolition something as like a abbreviation. Cool. Next. Alright, let's try some new weapons. Let's try out the beams. Again, my least favorite out of the 3 options for the small weapons here. And then, what do we want to take? I feel like we're going to be using the beams a lot, so we kind of just want something spam, like the Gauss or the Focus to make sense, because the Focus is another spamming weapon. Let's see, what are we gonna got? We're kind of gonna have weak single targets. Let's go these plasma launchers. I'd rather have the Gauss, but let's, you know, try some new guns. That's kind of the point of this video. Just show off the different options. Just on one mech too. Like this is, I mean, there's gonna be more weapons. Probably, I mean, assuming more mechs and vehicles. I mean, the lasers do have like unlimited range, so you can technically just shoot off screen. They do cross though, if I do that. Like, they kind of split like that, so. Oh man. So yeah, most enemies have just a weak point right in the middle, like obviously the cockpit or whatever. Let's call big artillery in the middle. So, yeah, first when I was playing this, I was just spraying all over the place. Like, I don't know. Then you're like, oh, they have weak points. Once you get the stronger guns, you can definitely tell they have weak points, because if you don't hit them in the middle, they don't die in one hit. Spider mine things, which can be annoying depending on what build you have. We're pretty decent against small, tiny targets. Let's just make this like a little stronghold here. Oh god, we gotta reload. Look, the beams don't have that long of a reload. It's getting hairy though. And I'm not sure if there's also back damage. There probably is as well. But yeah, you see the plasma is actually really good at killing their shield though. So I don't know. Maybe it is. I mean, the difference between this and like the Gauss gun is the Gauss has unlimited range. These do not. I guess we're done already. We just dominated. But yeah, these are good against armor. It's very obvious. Wow, now it is. Alright, so that's the candy maps. Those are the starting maps. And then we move to the outskirts for stranded ships. So let's switch it up now. We'll go pull this guy out. So right now I gotta set him up with some AC-20s and then a grenade launcher and then a grenade launcher airburst. I kinda really like this setup. I did make it mono weapon. I usually run it with like a canister, just to have like a little bit more AoE. Whereas like these are very single target, in my opinion, but they're still decent against little units. Unlike the RCL is very single target. Beehive, I feel, is just too weak compared to the canisters, especially. The canister is just insanely good. Very focused, but also can just clear a bunch of little units if they all line up. But we'll do mono, because I'm going to run the canisters on this thing, because I really like this setup. I kind of do the same thing on this one, though. I run 1 HP. It's just such good single target, whereas, like, this is 2, but it's also, like, I don't know. You'll see. You'll see how it is. We'll run in here. Oh, I also said right there, just plasma muffin something. But the load screens are so fast for me. So yeah, that's 1. So it fires off 4 shots instantly. It's pretty sick. Very all out my warrior, kinda, though those ones work a little bit different. You can just spam them until they jam. These don't jam, they just have to reload. Yeah, I can definitely see now with these guns, like, when they have weak points or not. And if you hit them there, because they will explode. Also, we can destroy the walls here of buildings, which is quite nice. Let's see how many times it takes to kill his shield. We like spin him around when we hit him so hard. So we loop his shield. These are grenades. Boom. Those are really there, they're just for bursts and small units. But yeah, it's so fun how the physics work in this game as well. You can kind of see you hit him in the shield or just in his arm and he kind of like spins around. Throwing off his fire. Like, I don't know, I feel like this is the slowest mech though. It feels so slow playing this mech. He's extremely slow. But he's still kind of a small target at least. Compared to the next mech that we'll look at. Let's call in our airstrikes over here. Yeah, you can hit them like not in center, they spin around and it's kind of funny. You can force a reload, but so like on these, if I want to reload early, I can. That's everything on that map. Okay, these are still pretty good against the single targets because they just spam 4 shots, but the canister's a little better, I would say. Where's our exit? Just down here. Very slowly get there. I do wish the mechs were just a hair faster, especially when you play the vehicles. You're just like, you feel like you're turbo lightning, but you're obviously very squishy when you're playing the vehicles, so you kind of need that speed, I guess. Alright, next map here, which is 5. Sandy Sabotage. So let's switch this up a little bit. Let's throw in like a beehive and maybe an RCL. Or just a normal AC-20. Let's just do a normal. I want something for smalls still. What else do we got to play with here? I would like the cluster runner. Unfortunately, it only gets 1 shot, unlike the GL40 airburst. And it feels worse. It sounds great. I guess I'll show it. It sounds great, but it's not. Really? And then maybe we'll just do like a breacher. Got like some long range stuff, close range kind of area. Alright, so we got AC-20, classic. Just fires 3 rounds in this game, just quick reload, a lot of damage. And then we got that, it's our beehive. Very cool, but it does have a little bit of a long recharge. It's not very strong in single target, which is not what it's designed for, obviously. Uh-oh. Let's try our cluster. That's our cluster. The fact that it only has 1 shot on a pretty long reload is kind of meh to me. Also, the fact that it explodes a little too early, in my opinion. So a lot of the damage is always wasted, I feel. Like, it explodes right there when I'm aiming right here. And then we have the breacher. It's just a, you know, shotgun. Pretty fun. Oh, also looks like I can damage myself with a cluster launcher, it looks like. Oh no, I just took damage already. If I can hit like maybe a middle target, then no. Yeah. AC-20 is not bad, but the upgraded variants are way better. My opinion. The Beehive is fun if it just did a little bit more damage, I feel. It's very, very specific for like lighter targets, unfortunately. Oh, I miss. See, I hit that guy and he like spun around. Alright, let's call in a precision somewhere. Alright, we're just gonna bomb the whole area, screw it. Huh. Yeah, this is definitely not a loadout I would normally run. I'm just kind of showing off stuff. Would it be better if we just stuck with the burst fire AC-20? That thing is just so good. There's just a lot of burst. Oh, this is where this gun is going to be good. It's good against those. And then the cluster launcher kinda, but not really. I don't know. Just the reload is so long. Yeah, it's just not as good, fortunately. Precision motor. We're really bad against those shield guys. We just don't have it. We hit him with the AC-20, it kind of spins around the wrong way. Alright, we're slowly moving in here. Precision's not cool. Let's just drop some turrets over here. Try to defend that side. But yeah, look at that. Whole beehive to the face of that guy, and he just tanks it. You'll see when we do the AC-20 variant, it's way more effective. It doesn't quite one-shot them, but the RC also has a longer reload as well, so... I don't know. Okay, we're kind of defended. Alright, let's just drop a motor here, maybe? That was very ineffective, okay. If we're close enough to an explosion, it actually does damage you, so be a little bit careful. Open all this stuff. Nice thing about having the penetration on some of your weapons, you just don't have to actually walk very far, you just shoot through the building's wall. Well, there's our laser turret going lasery. Very good against a bunch of targets. Whereas this guy is just a heavy machine gun, which does its thing. I love the physics in this game, it's really cool. You can throw off their aim. Not sure if the enemies can do it to you, but depending on like your loadout, if you use like the lighter mech or like the lighter vehicles, like certain guns can really like move them around. Just kind of funny. Like I put 2 AC-20s on like the canister version on the like the little truck, and it like moves it backwards quite a lot. It's kind of funny. All right, where's 6? All right, we're on Collectathon. Alright, let's see, what do we want to try out next? We could go the twin boyos, the twin HMGs, which are pretty fun. We're definitely going to want some good supporting weapons, because these have a extremely long reload time. 9 whole seconds, it's like an eternity, if you don't have a backup. Not sure why it's so long, it's honestly the worst gun out of all of these, by a lot. Like the AC-20 just does its job way better because it just hits harder. Same with the canister. This is just leagues better than the heavy machine gun. RCL for single target purposes. League's better. Beehive, I don't know, the Beehive's kind of meh. Maybe dual Beehives would be good, I don't know. So we're gonna want to bring some shorter reload stuff on this. So maybe we'll bring in just the GL20s. They have like a 4-second reload and they can just pump some damage versus, you know, the bigger grenade launcher, which does more damage, but it doesn't, you know, we just want to be able to defend ourselves from like the small units that are fast. I think that's the plan. Let's head on in. Oh, wrong way. That little maneuver just cost us 10 minutes. Just kidding. Okay. Something like, am I actually moving on this character? It's so slow. So the twin HMGs are amazing until you run out of ammo, basically, is how they work. Also, they can't penetrate walls, which also sucks, which is why the AC-20s are better again. They're very strong, though. Don't get me wrong. They bring the DACA. Let's reload. Let's call in, I don't know, this here. Probably not gonna get all of the objectives. Oh, power range. See, like, one AC-20 was doing probably better than both of these things in terms of, like, burst DPS. Like, obviously the sustain is good until you have to reload. And then we gotta get these objectives real quick. We just call in some dudes to pick that up, I guess. Okay. We're gonna head back south. Probably could complete this a lot faster if you used one of the wheeled vehicles. Like, I don't need this much firepower for this mission. It's a little bit overkill. But it's fine. And then actually the location of the hardpoints do matter. Obviously, you see these ones are actually pretty good. Obviously, all up pretty close. But on the final mech that we'll take a look at, it's like... makes kind of issues at close range, mainly. At long range, it doesn't really matter. I'll just do a cheeky reload. I'm not getting any enemies right now. Except for this guy, I guess. That's why we're at the grenade launchers. Murdered all those fools. And especially with the heavy machine gun, you actually don't want to hold the trigger down because their spray pattern gets worse. You kind of want to try to be accurate with them, which is kind of just bad. It's good, but bad in like a way like you're not using them to their full potential anymore. You might as well just brought an AC-20 again. Let's grab that. Boom. Kind of have to like burst fire them to be optimal in my opinion. Let's hit a reload. We'll go for these objectives over here first. Hit a reload on the grenade launcher. Setup's not too bad though. I feel like the grenade launcher 20 provides you a little bit of a window just to reload your main armament. The shield guys are really annoying as this build though. Take a bit of time to deal with. Let's get a cheeky reload in. Oh, we don't have any enemies except for that guy sneaking up on us. And let's track the motor there. I could use my turrets, but it's whatevs. That's back up. Let's do another reload. On towards this target. Just blow up this wall, hopefully. And get easy access. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. Alright, we can exit right now, but let's go get the last objective. It's not too far. Yeah, see, we're like hitting them in their shoulder, and then they kind of like pivot just perfectly. Just have this guy over here, just call a motor on it, hopefully that kills it. It did not. Oh, it did, okay. And then leave them some parting gifts. Form of turrets. As we peace out. As we slowly walk towards the exit. I still really like this mech though. I think it's a good one. Just because I like the wet armaments that it can use. I like the combos that it can do. Alright, that's that mission done. That was what, 6? Yeah, so now it's 7. We'll pull out the final mech. Let me switch this back to my preferred loadout so I don't forget. I really like this loadout. It's just so solid. Yeah, maybe we'll try that. What mission are we on? We're on 7. Maybe I'll try that on 8. I'll try my preferred loadout on 8. We'll try this guy out right now. It's a very unique loadout. I'll give myself that, I think. At first I hated the flankers, but then they're kind of good on the final boss of the demo. Just the way that they shoot, you can kind of hit his weak points pretty easy with them. I don't like having 2 of them because then it's just awkward to use. You kind of want one still that shoots straight. That's why I'm running the other version, which just shoots straight ahead. I could also run like the rockets or something, but I kind of like the accuracy more than just rocket spam, I think. I mean, I could just do the rockets for now, I guess, and then switch to the more accurate one on the boss where I think it's better. So we're going to bring the canisters, and I guess this will do that. So yeah, okay, so it's very effective, it's heavy. Could read it that time real quick. Plasma is good against heavy. Alrighty. So we got these guys. Yeah. AC-20 canister. Super fun. See, it's kind of like the Beehive, but better in my opinion. Because they reload faster. So you can just kind of chain fire them pretty effectively and just murder everything. Let's try our missiles. Yep. See, it's really good against those guys, which I find to be the most annoying unit. Stop shielding. Okay. Let's call an artillery there. Oh, man, we're gonna get overwhelmed. Spam missiles. Oh, I miss. So many little guys just flowing in here. Alright, I should probably just throw my turrets down. Kinda helps a lot with the little enemy spam, because we're not like really good against them, but we can handle like a decent amount of them. Alright, let's try to get this. We're more built for bigger enemies. here now. Yeah, killing one spider bot with one burst of an AC-20 is a little bit overkill. 2, that's pretty good. Let's just go down here. Ah. Flanked. Oh my god, one soldier is pinning me down here. Alright, we need some missile. Oops. It did say not to use the flanker in an urban environment. Oh my god, these little enemies are just dominating us. Thank god they don't do very much damage, but they're annoying to kill. Just like work our way through this wall, maybe? Not really, it's pretty bunkery. I will get through though. Oh boy, missing. See, this is where the enemy's getting too close to use a problem with this mech because of the arm guns. Makes it very awkward to use them. Especially if we keep missing. Oh my god, I'm getting just bogged down with this objective. Alright, screw it. Kill everybody. Sorry, town. You're gonna get shelled to hell because the enemies just keep coming and we handle the little enemies pretty badly. It's a bad spot, man. We're getting flanked from every direction. Alright, did we handle that shit? Hell yeah, we did. Should've just done that in the beginning. Oh, they can't fit through there. This mech is just huge. A huge mech. Alright. Oh, that was the wrong button. Whoops, I almost blew myself up. Just throw some turrets down to cover escape. Yeah, that's kind of why I like to run a varied setup, not dual canisters. I feel like the HP is better for single target, or the burst version. Whereas the canister is better for AoE, but having two of them is kind of overkill. And that kind of leaves you too weak to handle single targets, I think. Even though you handle them just fine. How is this guy alive? The guy took a lot of damage. Oh, wait, we can get him. We'll get him with a trick shot. Come on. Oh, wrong one. Oh. Got him. Alrighty. So yeah, the flanker, the reason this one is good is because you get 2 salvos, which is quite nice. It does have a slightly longer reload than the other one though. The other guided version that just fires forward, but and then those are the rockets that I was spraying off. Like, they have some decent spread at range, which is why I kind of like the guided instead. Alrighty. Are we on 8 now? Frozen Fire. Let's switch this back to the boss killing version. Let's see, where do I want to have HP on? It does kind of matter because you're like trying to think how the shield guys are set up a little bit. I think I still prefer the canister on like left click though. Yeah, let's go like that, and then we'll switch back to this guy for this mission. Can you tell that I like the AC-20 canister and the HP? Probably my favorite guns. I guess I could have put a recoilless in there, but eh. The recoilless is very specific for like larger targets. It like one-shots these mechs, one-shots this obviously. This thing dies to everything. But I mean, I can just press both my canister and my HP and I still erase them, so I don't know. See, this is why I like this setup. I can just use the HP on like the medium guys. Well, medium, the small mechs that they have. And then I can use my canister on like this other stuff, or just add more DPS for the HP. Like this guy would just fire everything. And blow him up. Now we're just gonna call a bigger... Oh, I didn't see these guys sneaking up on me. Okay, got him. So you can actually blow this guy's guns off if he survives this barrage. Try to do that here. And then he's just basically useless without his guns. Yeah, he can't do anything now. He'll actually run away from us, watch. If we get too close, he'll start going the other way because he's like, wait, hold up. And then his weak point is right in that middle. He'll just instantly evap. Yeah, these two weapons work really nice together. Really nice combo, in my opinion. Because the HP is like a little bit faster reload than the canister, so you can just kind of keep that steady rate of fire going. Where we kind of missed that in the previous game that we had with the big boy mech. Oh, I missed an objective over here. Oopsie. Let's go kill that quick. And the slowest mech, it's gonna take us a while to get there, but maybe we'll like circle around. So we're not like trapped in close quarters here. Even though they're kind of locked in here with us. I mean, I still have the GLs I didn't really pull out as much yet. Pretty strong against these guys as well. We'll try them out here. Especially the airburst, so like kills a little. Oh, I didn't. I was looking at long range there. Oh, I missed. Come on, grenades. So that's just the 40mm. Pretty effective against everything, pretty much. Airborne is even like pretty effective. Let's just call it artillery, so we don't have to move that way. Yeah, it's very difficult to evade fire with this guy. There's like, I hope they don't hit me. Ooh, that's a good lineup. And dead. That's where the canister is really effective, just killing those long line of spider mines. Oof. And then you can kind of use the other one to clean up. Or the airburst. I really like this setup. It just has so many like strengths and weaknesses that we have. Like, we're really good against small targets and big targets at the same time. Pull the grenades for these guys. Look at that, we just clean those guys right on up. Oh, I didn't mean to fire my mains there. Oh well, we still have 500 more health, we're fine. I got some good shots on us. I think we might have a weak point too if they hit us in the center as well. Alright. The extract is not too far from us. Oh god, it's way all on the other side of the map. That's unfortunate. Well, just have to kill our way there, I guess. heavy turret should have those guys. Those are probably the weakest mech they field. Followed by this one and the shield one. Speaking of shield one, let's just pepper him with all the grenades. I mean, that's way more effective, right? One canister, 1 HP, and he just goes kaboom. Who's we gonna see first? And then you can blow up the walls as well with those, which is pretty cool. Ooh. Yeah, basically the GLs are there for like burst damage. And crowd control. That's not where you want to be in a building with them pounding you with grenades. Nope. Alright. Party gift. Took a little bit of damage, but how many did we kill? A lot. 2 medium, 68 small, 81 tiny. Those are like all the spider guys, and the soldiers are tiny, I think, and then small is most of the mechs. Alright, we've all been waiting for the demo unit. Big old boss. Alright, we're gonna bring out this guy. Not that this guy can't handle it, or this guy. They both can kill him pretty easily, especially if you do like a decent loadout. Like, the Grenadiers are really good against it, obviously. Like, this would be an insane single target build, but you would just get overwhelmed by the little guys, so you kind of have to run like L16s, in my opinion. Or, you know, like MG7s. The HMGs, it's an okay gun. Like, it's not that much better than the MG7, to be fair, because, like, this has basically double the rate of fire for half the damage. This has double the damage for half the rate of fire. And it's less accurate. I think I prefer the MC7 over the HMG. I don't know. Because you just want these for the tiny targets. All you really care about. You don't care about killing big targets with the HMG. Which is kind of what the HMG is kind of designed for in this game, it seems. It's supposed to be a little bit punch above like its weight class because it's still a machine gun. But we're gonna bring this guy with our flanker, and then very specifically on this side for a reason. We're probably not gonna use that strategy though. We're just gonna distract him with turrets. The boss is very distracted by turrets. He does not like them. He will try to kill them if they're there. It's funny. All right, let's go in. Alright, so we got a pretty large map here. Bunch of objectives and stuff. I played this map way too much, so I have a very specific strategy I like to employ, which is throw turrets right here. It's kind of our fallback point. And then I like to, I've actually, it took me a while to figure this out, but if you go around this wall, watch out for these guys though. God, killing one Spider-Man at a time is the worst. You can kind of outrange this turret and kill it quite quickly. Like that. I mean, our flanker was really useless in that engagement, but that's fine. That's not what I brought it for. And then I like to go clear this side of the map, the west side of objectives, and then go for the boss. Because going where the boss is right now, it poses seems like a lot of units to you. God, the laser turret's amazing. Pose a lot of mans at you. And our build is like okay against small targets, but it's not what it's designed for. It's designed to put out a bunch of damage. Another thing in this game, I feel like moving straight up to the top of the screen is very bad. As in, like, a lot of ARPGs. There's a direction that moving in that direction you can't see as far. And you can run into fire very easily. Even though you're the slowest thing in the world. Really? I got a lot of stuff. Wow. Alright. So you kind of want to like move at like an angle. So I can see the furthest of my corners. As you'll see here, I can outrange this turret insanely. Literally, they can't even shoot at me. I'm out that far of range from it. And then we'll just burst her down. And it's dead. Easy. Alright, now as soon as we start moving this way, there's going to be just an insane amount of enemies that come at us. At least that's what always feels like. There's so many enemies. It's also really good against these guys if I would actually target their guns, but he's just gonna die. Yeah. He's just gonna die from sheer DPS. So yeah, the enemies actually do have armor plates as well. Like, those guys are very armored except for that very specific spot. Alright, here comes these. Oh, I didn't want to pull the boss through there, though. Yes, go that way. You absolute fool. Just gotta be careful not to get overwhelmed by things. Alright, let's call... Oh, I missed that one. Whoops, that was terrible. I'm so used to having the other ones. I forgot I switched back to the precision. I'm just gonna hold behind this wall. Do they see me yet? Come on, fire your missiles. Oh, he's gonna fire all his guns. Oh, it's gonna be tight. Okay. Alright, throw our turrets. Oh, there's the missiles. Alright, he's distracted now. And he's dead. And he's so dead. So we just disabled like all of his guns. That weak point that I was shooting at pretty much blows up that missile launcher that he uses very effectively. Still alive? How are you alive, sir? Take care of these little guys. I cannot believe he's alive. He usually dies right there when you blow up that. There he goes, finally. Alright. Easy. Yeah, if you blow that little ammo rack on his butt, he like loses a lot of his guns. It's funny. Alright, mission's pretty much done. We have 600 health to play with. Oh my god, the little enemies. The bane of this mech. They're just too small. I'd rather fight 100 of those little guys than the little soldier dudes. They're so annoying to fight. Even though, like, obviously our canister shot would kill like a giant line of them. Let's call a motor on that guy. And delete. Probably not the strongest build, but I really like how well-rounded this build is. Like, it's focused on killing high single target, but it's still like decent against like the smaller stuff as well, because we have the canister and then the burst together really allow us to be pretty efficient. Especially if we miss. And then the missiles are just there for burst damage, really. Like, it just deletes them. And that is the end of the final mission in the demo. Pretty fun game. Lots to experiment with here, obviously. Like, there's a lot of different weapon combos you could try. Just, like, I spent hours just, like, trying random weapon combos and figuring out what was the most good and most fun, and You know, like the HMGs are a lot of fun. They're just not the best in my opinion. That reload I feel like should come down a bit. Like, how does taping 2 HMGs together all of a sudden make a 2-second reload go up to 9? Like, come on. Like, maybe 6. Because I feel like they're just so outclassed by every other gun in their category. Like, why would you bring a twin HMG when you can bring an RCL class weapon or an AC-20 class weapon? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I guess it's very general purpose, I guess, but like, so was the AC-20s in my opinion. I don't know. Yeah, but if you look at the tech tree, like this is what you have access to play around with in the demo. So you got some turrets, which we were using these two, and then there's the starter MG turret, which is honestly not terrible. It's a good turret. It does have the lowest health, unfortunately, but a slightly faster rearm. It's basically this MG, it's an MG7 turret, and then this is a heavy machine gun turret, and then this must be just an L8 or L16 attached to that guy. And then over here we got the precision motor, which I think is probably one of the better ones in the motor tree. Mainly because the rearm power is 45 seconds versus 90, and you get, what, 4 more shots? But they were like more spread out, so it's like less damage where you want it. And then we got the motor barrage, which sounds amazing, but it's a pretty big radius. It just spreads the damage everywhere, and it's just like, I guess it's really good if there's like a bunch of small targets, but the maps really don't cater to that in my opinion. The current maps of the demo. So I prefer running like the precision motor with like the motivator as my big damage cooldown. Does 48 shots with have a bigger radius than the motor at 10, and they do a bunch more damage. Like, yes, sounds fantastic. The howitser's like, no. You get 4 shots over 200 seconds of cooldown. That's horrible as well. So I'd probably bring those cooldowns down. Like, the howitzer should not be that long of a cooldown. It should be like maybe like 90, like the motor strike. And then at least in the demo, like most of the weapons are like, they're not bad, even if they're like portable. Like I find myself like kind of going back to the rocket pod and missile pod just because they're like, one hit does 120 damage, so you can really like hit those weak points and insta-kill stuff. Whereas like, while these are more fun to use because you just spam rockets, they're a little bit less accurate and harder to focus. I mean, the missile launchers have like a guidance, but like, I don't know. It's interesting. And then if you look at like stuff that's planned, I would assume, I mean, you're gonna get a big old 20 round medium rocket launcher or whatever it is. Or multiple rocket launcher, maybe what it's called. And then there's a twin missile, which looks like 2 missile pods stacked, which sounds actually pretty nice. Because again, those do 140 damage each. Pretty nice. Like, you have to hit every single one of these to do, like, maximum damage. And most enemies can't really take that much damage anyway. So if you can fire one and then another on another target, that's a lot. And then it looks like you get, like, a big missile. Rocket barrage. Cluster missile. A guided, another guided like that. Basically with 16 instead of 8. And then an MM repeater? A missile Gatling gun, maybe? Sounds cool as hell. Got like a scout cannon, which I'm assuming is like an upgrade to the AMR, which is the basically a sniper rifle. It's pretty fun. Very strong as well, though it has lots of recoil. But it's a good gun. We didn't try that one out, but could. Then we also have a 6-shooter. That sounds interesting. I mean, it's like an AC-20 that just has 6 rounds or something. Like, maybe these are medium guns as well. Can't tell. You can only tell the size if you click in and see what size they are. And then there's a spear thrower. And then a combat cannon. Sounds pretty cool. So maybe this is like a faster firing cannon, but this is like one of those boom every once in a while. There's a new mech as well, combat suit. There's a carrier. And then over here we have another mech, and then we have a laser cannon. Sounds pretty fun. Plasma cannon, so probably just like a better version of this, maybe. Though this thing's already kind of nuts, but okay. Plasma cutter, railgun, sounds fun. Dual plasma, and starlight. And then the page just keeps scrolling, so I mean, there could be a lot of stuff in the full release. Sounds fun. Yeah, that was a quick look at Mech Havoc, the destructive demo. Go try it now. See you next time.